Alright, this is Benjamin. I'm going to try to do a tutorial here, or at least a more detailed video, and cover some stuff that the tutorial doesn't. A tutorial that comes with Tapose is right here, and it just goes over, general stuff on how to change pages. First off, also, sorry if my arms get in the way. I'm reaching around my computer. I don't have a projector or anything, unfortunately, yet. Might have to get an Apple TV so I can do the mirror. But until then, this is what I'm doing. Hopefully, it works out all right. I've already tried one video and it didn't work out so well. Cut the screen in half. But getting back to the tutorial, so the first thing we come to is the page turning. So there's actually 3 ways to do it. We only listed 2 on here. But so you got the swipe up here on the corner. So you got the corner flaps in both sides right here. So you can tap them and you can swipe. And you can do it on both sides here. You do a swipe. Also goes the other way to do it is with 2-finger swipe. And it's actually a lot easier. The only problem where you might come into an issue with it is if you're using inking, if you're actually handwriting on there. Sometimes it'll leave a mark, although we've worked hard to get around that. But 2-finger one works really well. If not, there is the tap and the swipe. So just go back here just a little bit. Alright, and so the big thing really to understand is the slide bar. The slide bar is this black bar here. Right here, it contains the pin cup with all the options. It contains a little button down here that you can grab. You can move the slide bar into 3 positions. You got middle, far right, and far left. And it'll adjust both panels as you move it. And it's real nice to have a split screen, but sometimes you don't. So you drag it far right and you can have something open, basically full screen like that. And so the functions you have under the pin cup are you have inking, eraser, highlighter, text, sticky note, media, and a lasso tool. And I will get into these a little bit more here in just a second, but I wanted to touch on them since they are right here in the tutorial. The zoom box I'll get into with writing. It's real nice, well, I say real nice, but it is good to be able to write larger. Tapose's, we tried to do something a little bit different than some of the other apps, but we see it may not have worked as well as we would have liked. So we're going to be doing some changes to that in the next version. So you got page buttons. Okay, so I've covered enough here. And okay, so really get into here using Tapose, and the control hub gets us a good start. The control hub is this menu down here, whether you want to call it a drawer, we call it a control hub because it kind of controls Tapose. You have your 5 internal functions. I don't want to call them apps, I don't want to call them widgets, but internal functions that you can open up in each respective panel. So you have your journals here, you can drag it over there, and you'll have your entire collection of journals. You got your web, maps, contacts, and calculator. And I'll go through each of those here as well. You also have your, I don't want to click account because I think it'll show my password and stuff, I'm not sure. But you'll have a login, log out, and then used space. Used space is a question a lot of people have kind of been asking about the subscription feature. So that shows you how much current server space you're using for collaboration. When you share a journal with somebody else, with another party, it uploads it to the server. And as you use that space, the more and more you collaborate, the more space you're using. So every user gets 400 megabytes for free. Once you go over that 400 megabytes, you're going to need to do the subscription. The yearly subscription is $29.99. We tried to do a monthly auto renew, but Apple didn't like it, so we had to, it's non-renewal, so you'll have to renew it once a year. But that's why we went up to the whole year, so at least every month we weren't paying people to renew or not. So, but 400 megabytes for free, it's quite a bit. That's a lot of journals, honestly. So nobody should have an issue, at least within these first 2 days of using it free right now. So, okay, so let's start doing this. I'm actually going to open journals over here, and you can see it left blank. I'm going to go ahead and open maps, just have something over there. I like my journals being on the right. Left-handed people will probably want it more on the left. But so in your collections, once you get some journals, you're going to want to organize a little bit more. So we have the ability to create folders as well. So it's very similar to, almost your iOS or Pages, if you're familiar with Pages. And you'll just tap the name right here. I'm going to just name it class. Organize this as if I was taking a class or something. All right, and so just kind of organize a little bit, get some stuff out of the way. You can also reorder journals if you want to drag that up there, put it up there. It's not real animated right now, but you can tell that if it's not highlighted, it's going to go in between it. Hopefully we can get that more animated so everything shifts on command. Go through some stuff here. So if you select a journal when you're in the edit mode, you'll have these 4 options. The first one is duplicate. You can duplicate the journal to create a copy of it, and you can change that as you want. It will not affect the first one. You can edit. Select that. It'll bring up the journal. You can edit the name. You can edit the cover, whatever you want to. And you can edit the paper type. And the paper type, that's kind of important. So say that with this Tapose 2.0 design, no, I'm not going to open it for you all. Not yet. But now if I want to change the paper type to say legal pad, right? It was originally on this one. It will change all the pages except ones that I've manually changed. So say I had this, but maybe I wanted the grid. I was drawing up the new design and I wanted a grid pattern. It will not change that grid pattern, and that's obviously for a reason. I manually changed it. I wanted that page grid. We don't want to go and overwrite you. So I actually thought that was a very small feature you probably missed, but we thought that was really neat. I'm going to just cancel out of here. I don't want to actually edit that. Next ones you'll have is trash. Obviously you can delete, and then export. So we have the 5 options here. You have the Tapose, share, collaborate, and that's where I could send this. Sorry about that. I could send this to Ricky. I could share it with him, which I already have. And it puts a little person icon right below it when you've shared something to let you know that it is being shared. And you can control that by read-only or allow editing. So it just depends on what you want to allow them to do. And you can either enter the email automatically, or you can scroll through here and select a user and it'll fill in their email address. Then you just click send and it'll upload to the server. Now for email, Dropbox, and Evernote, those export using a PDF. It'll convert your journal to a PDF and it'll export it to one of those 3, whichever one you choose, obviously. We are going to try to get those a little bit more advanced so you can share maybe a link of it or your actual journal without having it be converted. And you can also print your journals. So let's go in here now. I think I've covered the bases. We're just going to call this here testing 1, 2, 3. I like the default, but I will change it here to show you guys. So you can choose from these. What do we got? 7 here. 7 different types of default covers. Or you can go ahead and add an image. Let's see if I can do this here, reaching around. I got some fairly decent one. I like that one. We'll try to add this as a cover here. So real nice. You can customize it however you want to. I like that. You can also go in. There's another option where you can customize your journal, actually draw on it and everything like that. The cover. I'm not going to do that right now. So choose my paper type here. I like the simple one. And go to save. Once it's in there, just click on it to open. And since I have the slide bar in the far left, you'll see 2 journal pages. Now if you only want to see one, or you want to do multiple things, just drag that slide bar over in the middle. But I'll keep it showing 2 pages right now. Now it automatically comes up with this feature highlighted and ready to go. So you just tap and you go start typing here. And put that in the middle, bold it, italicize it, and underline it. Make it a little bit bigger and make it easy to see. Alright. And also, we got tons of fonts here. Too many to choose from. Actually, this chalkboard one's cool. Ricky showed me this. Chalk duster. That's a cool one. Very nice. Since my handwriting stinks, I usually try to get better fonts. So that's the text format. You can align stuff left, center, and right. You have list, bullet list, numbered list, and checkbox lists. So normal stuff you'd expect for word processing. We'll go here to the note taking, the inking. Tapose inking's like anything else. You just go to write. I'm not that good. Again, I'm reaching around my iPad, so my writing's not going to be the greatest. You got a highlighter. Oh, and one thing I needed to touch on here, sorry, was the pixel size is right here. You can see a 4, and that's by default. You can increase it, just scroll through. Right. And just select it. Colors right here. We can go to custom color, and you'll just move this around, grab a custom color. You can adjust the brightness, then just go to use color, and you can do that. If you just want to go a little bit smaller instead of scrolling through, you can just tap the small dot there, the large dot there, to go up a pixel size. So since we only give, certain ones, even numbers usually, you may want something in between. So that's how you do that. It's just saved us from making our list humongous. Eraser, pretty self-explanatory, same thing. You can choose the size of it. Highlighter, same thing. Basically the same function, right? Do slightly different things. Text I've already went over. Now sticky notes, I actually really like the sticky note feature here. It's really good for collaboration if you don't want to write all over somebody's documents. You can just leave them a sticky note and say, this is my comment. Alright, go and adjust the size of the font. You can also adjust the size of the sticky note. I'm going to leave it about normal size here. Change the color of the sticky note pretty easily. We'll leave it yellow. I'll change it to yellow just to make it more default. Now the one thing here that a lot of users probably see, I still have it on sticky note. So if I go and click, it's going to put another sticky note. So to get out of the sticky note feature, just go ahead and click on something else. Otherwise, once you click the screen or tap the screen, it's going to put a sticky note there. You'll find that out real easily. Oh, and in case anybody didn't know, to delete these, you just select it and you just go to the little trash can icon there. You can drag sticky notes across pages, which is nice, of course, to be able to change them. Let's go to media here. So media gives you the option to record audio, take photo or video, and choose an existing. I'm going to go ahead and choose an existing photo. Do a picture of a cat here. So when you choose a photo, it goes down into the clipboard here. And it does that for a couple reasons. Say I have these two pages open when I selected my picture, but maybe I don't want it on these two pages. Maybe I wanted it on the next two pages, right? So I could just drag and drop it out of there. But in this case, I do want it on this page. So it comes in, you can easily resize it. Actually, I want it on this page. Nah, leave it over here. And you can tilt it anything you want to. I'll put the sticky note over here though. Get that out of the way. Keep this as my main screen. So you can see that text will adjust depending on where you put media. And another thing is when you double tap media, it'll flip it over and you can enter a title and a description. You just click add a title, and same with the description. And those are both searchable. So once you enter them, you'll be able to search them. And just double tap again to flip it back over. Now what's real nice about the clipboard, and you'll probably see of why we have it automatically put it in the clipboard, is that I have this here, but I'm not sure I want that there. It goes right back to the clipboard. You can flip pages. I could put it on this page. Again though, I'm going to go ahead and leave it on this page where it was. But so you can add media right back to the clipboard, keep it there for a little while. Record audio, it's pretty self-explanatory. Push this to start playing, test audio, stop, save it, exit. Take that out and drag it. Double tap to do a title. Alright. Double tap, flip it back over. That's simple. So we got a nice little audio, picture, and sticky note. And you can do the same with videos. I'm just not going to do a video right now. Now the last tool here, let's say you are on a website. I'm on the Tapose website right now. I want to document something. We need to make this a little bit sexier. So you just draw around that with the Lasso tool. And let's put this on this page. And you'll see it created a little snapshot of that. And it went around exactly what I drew it around. Make that bigger. And there we have it. And I could leave a little note. Let's go back to a normal. You can draw on it, say change this. Change. Okay. So it's real nice for making comments about whether it be websites or journals or anything like that. You can lasso around journals. It will not capture handwriting right now. That's for a couple of reasons. We haven't figured out whether we want it to take an image of the handwriting or allow you to move the handwriting. And we don't want to make things too complicated, so we just left that out right now. It will be added shortly. Lasso tool is real nice. Also, when it comes up, you'll see the top bar here. If you don't want to do it, just click cancel. But if you don't click cancel wherever you start at, it's going to take that screenshot for you. Alright, so we've covered all the basic functions in the pin cup. Now another one, or not another one, but open up, back up the control hub here. And, well, we already have web open. So now we have web open. So I have that there. Somebody may not know what it is. I just touch there. I did it too long. Touch there, drag over, and I can make a little web clip here, almost like a little bookmark, and place it in my journal. You can also do the same thing by clicking this export button. You can open Safari or export to clipboard. Export to clipboard will put it right down there, and then you just drag over. That's real nice when you're in portrait mode. Alright. So let's say if I had something else open in this pane. We'll open up maps here. And I got my little bookmark here. You just double tap that, and it changes that other panel, other screen, to the exact spot where you had your bookmark. So real simple, just allows you to jump to stuff, make comments, bookmarks, what have you. Alright, so another one, we'll go back to maps here. And let's search the Space Needle. Space Needle is pretty cool for anybody that hasn't been to Seattle. So it gives me Space Needle, and I can see that in satellite mode, hybrid. Hybrid's pretty neat. Let's leave it on that. So I want to tell everybody to go to Space Needle. Now I could go ahead and take the lasso tool just like normal. Right? Drag that out. Yeah, that's what the Space Needle looks like. Or what I could do is click on the pin right here. And you see the arrow comes up. I can export to clipboard. And I can get a little map, what we call a map card, map clip out. So that is much prettier than this. You got the title on there, the address. And again, let's open back up the website, the web here. If you have something open in this panel, you just double tap this, and it opens right back to the Space Needle. So, just another way to do little shortcuts if you need to meet somebody somewhere, you want to record a location. That's a nice, easy way to do it instead of just the lasso tool, which you can use lasso tool, and then you can come in and mark on it and everything like that. You can't mark on map clips. So we did that for a reason. We wanted it to stay over everything. And same with the web clips. So you can't mark over them, you can see. You can mark over images, but these are not images. We wanted to keep them on top of all the text. Okay, so next one is the contacts. Now I had to plan this a little carefully so I didn't share anybody's contact information. Go to a blank page. I added a character in here for George Washington. I know him. Yep. So when you do that, you'll see a little alert that says share or add. Now what does that mean? So I'm pulling a contact over to my journal. So Tapose is asking me whether I want to share this journal with that individual or I want to add their business card. I just want to add their business card. And you can see here that it has their phone number, an email address, and it'll also have a personal address if you have it in your system. And if you have an image, it'll replace this little icon with their actual image. I would drag somebody else's over, but I don't want to share their contact information at this time. And these again cannot be written over. Again, we did that on purpose. But so this contacts is mainly for adding business cards and sharing. We're going to make it a little bit more advanced in the future. It'd be nice if you click the email address if you're able to email them or something. So calculator is pretty self-explanatory. So we tried to make the old-fashioned looking calculator here. It's not a scientific by any means, but you can do, most of the stuff. And let's 25. Pretty simple, right? I can't come up with anything else at the moment. But we tried to make the design look real nice and everything. And just like anything else, you can drag it, make it larger. I haven't touched on the page buttons yet. And let's just change pages here. Let's go back to the original. Okay, so under here you have undo. Now, probably not the best place for the undo button. We probably need to pull that out onto the top bar to make that available at all times. That will be moved. Sorry about that. You have the search. Type in, you can search text, any kind of media titles, anything like that. You have your index. Now index will show you all the pages you currently have. So you can see, I can just take that and scroll. Now if you want to move pages, it's real easy. Say I want to bring that business card up to the front. So I just tapped and held, drag it, and that page is automatically there. So real easy. And you have a button on each side of the page. So, and if you want to delete, you just tap and hold and you select the red X. So it's very nice. Share with. There's the same options as before. Now what you will see though is if you go here, when you have the actual journal open, you can share an individual page or the entire journal. And when you go individual page, it's the page that you hit that you open the menu with. Options everybody will probably like the most is wrist guard. You can select the writing type that you have. I usually write like this. I'm writing like this today because I'm reaching around my computer. But for left-handed folks as well, that'll be a big help. Wrist guard does need to be improved a little bit, but it should work for most functions. And paper type. So to open up the 6 types of paper that we have here, we have grid. I'll go ahead and open that one. So you just drag and drop to open the paper types. Just drag it and drag it to whatever page you want to. We got legal. We got more moleskin. Just 6 basic types of paper. We're going to open this up and make it a lot more paper types in the future. You can have different paper types on each page as well. So you don't have to have the same paper types. I wanted to get this one. Nope, I didn't want that one. I wanted that one. There you go. So, not attractive, but I just wanted to show you that you could have multiple paper types. And that doesn't change the other paper types. You're only changing these pages. Okay, now one thing I haven't showed you all. That's actually a good point. So I did this on accident. So say you're writing, right? Writing, I want to select media. So you don't have to go over and select the button. Just hold over it for a minute and it'll totally change. See, then you can go and select it. So you're not writing all over it. And another thing, I haven't introduced you to the zoom box yet. Or the close-up writing box, whatever you want to call it. Let's go to a better color there. So you'll just pinch. There's no button for it, nothing like that. You just pinch and it opens. And 2 fingers, you can scroll wherever you want to on the page. So this is where I'm writing. This is going to be terrible because, again, I'm not writing my normal here. And then it'll automatically scroll for you. It's easy. Alright, so once you're done, so normally actually it went ahead and there we go, went down. Once you're done, another thing, sorry, not once you're done, you can take this and you can scroll as well. So maybe I want it a little bit bigger. I want to rest my hand, or I want it bigger. I want to be able to, doodle art, everything like that. So you just drag this and move it how you want. When you're ready to close, you just do the zoom out gesture. You can do it on the zoom box or outside of the zoom box, and you're done. I think I have now covered nearly everything. And it's getting kind of dark outside. So that is the detail of Tapose, although I just did something I don't think I told you all about. So no matter where you have the slide bar, I just opened it here to show you guys. So when I was writing over here, I automatically want to go back to all my journals. I don't have to open up the control hub and then select. I would just tap this slide bar button and automatically go back there, right? So the same is true. Let's just open this back up. The same is true as I was over here in the calculator, right? I'm selecting stuff like, nah, I want to go to my journals. It selects. So whichever pane you're working in at the time, when you go and hit that button, it's going to replace that pane and take you to your collections. And I'm not going to open the same. So it will act weird if you have the same journal open in both panes. That's because you're not supposed to do that. It's going to conflict. You will get conflicting stuff. So let's go ahead and open something different. You can have multiple journals open at once here. And that's so you can drag information side by side, switch the journals. And so this is Tapose. So I hope everybody enjoys it. We apologize about some of the bugs, but now that it's out, we're going to do a quality assurance project, I guess call it. Do a round of quality assurance to fix these bugs, get it out as quick as possible. So again, our apologies for that, but know that we're not just releasing Tapose and going and relaxing. We fought with Apple for 4 months to get this approved, and for a lot of that time, it was just downtime. We couldn't work on it too much because we didn't want to keep working on something if it wasn't going to get approved. So we really hope you all like it.